6 surprising joys you discover after 60, embracing a lighter, brighter chapter. What if the things you've stressed about for decades simply faded into the background after 60? As we navigate life's journey, our priorities naturally evolve. Not because we're giving up, but because we finally understand what truly nourishes our souls. There's a profound wisdom that blossoms with age. A wisdom born not from textbooks, but from the rich tapestry of lived experience. In this video, we'll explore 6 surprising joys that often emerge after 60. These aren't just feel-good platitudes. They're grounded in the realities of aging, backed by psychological insights, and echoed by countless individuals who've embraced this stage of life. If you felt the pressure to stay young, stay relevant, stay busy, this video is for you. Each of these 6 joys might surprise you. They might even give you permission to step into the next chapter with more grace, more laughter, and a renewed sense of purpose. Let's begin. Number 1. The joy of saying no. For much of our lives, we've been conditioned to say yes. Yes to the extra workload, yes to attending social functions we'd rather avoid, yes to requests that chip away at our precious time and energy. We've been taught that saying yes is the polite thing to do, the responsible thing to do, the pathway to being liked and accepted. We become so accustomed to putting others' needs before our own that we often lose sight of what truly matters to us. But as we cross the threshold of 60, something profound begins to shift within us. A quiet rebellion emerges, a gentle but firm assertion of self. We begin to recognize the inherent power, the liberating freedom of saying no without the burden of guilt or the need for elaborate explanations. We realize that saying no isn't a sign of selfishness, but rather an act of self-preservation, a crucial step in protecting our well-being. Imagine Margaret, a vibrant 65-year-old woman who, for years, overcommitted herself, volunteering for multiple organizations, baking for every community event, attending every social gathering, even when fatigue tugged at her eyelids and exhaustion settled deep in her bones. She felt obligated, driven by a sense of duty and a desire to please everyone. But one day, faced with yet another request that felt overwhelmingly demanding, she mustered the courage to utter a simple, yet transformative word: no. The relief was immediate. A palpable wave of calm washing over her. It was as if a heavy weight had been lifted from her shoulders. The world didn't end, relationships didn't crumble, and she discovered a newfound sense of empowerment. Now, Margaret carefully and consciously chooses how she spends her precious time, prioritizing activities that genuinely bring her joy and nourish her soul. She spends more time tending her garden, reading books that transport her to other worlds, and enjoying leisurely conversations with cherished friends. This newfound freedom to decline requests without guilt allows us to savor our time and energy, investing it in experiences and relationships that truly resonate with our inner selves. We discover the profound joy of setting healthy boundaries, protecting our personal space, and honoring our own needs. Saying no becomes an act of self-care, a declaration that our well-being matters. It's a way of reclaiming our lives and creating space for the things that bring us true fulfillment. It's about choosing quality over quantity, depth over superficiality. It's about recognizing that we have the right to prioritize our own happiness and well-being, without apology or explanation. This shift in perspective is not about becoming uncaring or withdrawing from the world. Rather, it's about engaging with life from a place of greater intention and authenticity. It's about saying yes to ourselves so that we can offer a more genuine and sustainable yes to others when it feels right. Number 2, the joy of imperfection. We've lived in a world obsessed with perfection. The perfect house, the perfect career, the perfect family, the perfect body, the perfect holiday, the perfect dinner party. The list goes on. We're bombarded with images of flawless lives, airbrushed realities that set an impossibly high bar. We strive, we stretch, we exhaust ourselves trying to reach this elusive ideal, often neglecting our own well-being in the process. But after 60, something remarkable happens. The relentless pursuit of perfection begins to lose its grip. We start to see the cracks, not as flaws, but as badges of honor, as testaments to a life lived fully. We begin to appreciate the wisdom in wrinkles, the stories behind scars, the authenticity of a life lived fully, imperfections and all. The lines etched on our faces become roadmaps of laughter, tears, and triumphs. The silver strands in our hair become shimmering threads of resilience and experience. John, a vibrant 68-year-old, used to meticulously maintain his lawn. Every blade of grass had to be perfectly trimmed, every weed painstakingly removed. His neighbors joked that his lawn looked like a putting green. He spent hours each weekend ensuring its pristine condition, sacrificing precious time he could have spent with his grandchildren or pursuing his passion for photography. But then, a health scare jolted him into a new perspective. Facing his own mortality, he realized life was far too short to worry about the occasional dandelion or errant blade of grass. He put away the weed whacker, let the wildflowers bloom, and discovered a whole new dimension of beauty in his backyard. Butterflies and bees flocked to the vibrant blossoms, creating a miniature ecosystem teeming with life. He found a profound sense of peace in observing the natural rhythms of growth and decay, the untamed beauty that emerged when he relinquished his need for absolute control. Embracing imperfection isn't about lowering our standards or becoming complacent. It's not about giving up on striving for excellence in our endeavors. Rather, it's about shifting our focus, about appreciating the richness and complexity of life, just as it is. It's about recognizing that true beauty lies not in flawlessness, but in authenticity. It's about accepting ourselves and others with all our quirks, vulnerabilities, and imperfections. It's about understanding that our mistakes, our missteps, are not failures, but opportunities for growth and learning. They're the threads that weave the tapestry of our lives, adding depth, texture, and character. This shift in perspective allows us to experience a deeper sense of freedom and joy. We no longer feel the need to constantly compare ourselves to others or to strive for an unattainable ideal. We can relax into the present moment, appreciate the simple pleasures of life, and celebrate the unique individuals we are. This acceptance extends beyond ourselves to encompass the world around us. We begin to see the beauty in the imperfect, the asymmetrical, the unconventional. We find joy in the unexpected, the spontaneous, the unplanned. We embrace the messy, chaotic, and unpredictable nature of life, recognizing that it is in these imperfections that true beauty and meaning reside. It is in the acceptance of imperfection that we find a profound sense of peace, contentment, and gratitude for the gift of life itself. Number 3, the joy of rediscovering curiosity. Somewhere along the way, amidst the hustle of careers, the demands of family, and the relentless ticking of the clock, many of us inadvertently tucked away our innate curiosity. The sheer busyness of life often pushed exploration, learning, and that childlike wonder of discovery to the sidelines. We became so focused on checking off to-do lists, meeting deadlines, and fulfilling obligations that we forgot to nurture the inquisitive spark within us. Remember that feeling of awe and excitement when you encountered something new as a child? That thirst for knowledge, that eagerness to explore the unknown. It's still there, waiting to be rekindled. After 60, as the pressures of work and family responsibilities begin to ease, a remarkable shift occurs. That dormant spark of curiosity begins to flicker back to life. Often stronger and brighter than before, we find ourselves with more time, more freedom, and a renewed sense of possibility. We start to explore new hobbies, delve into subjects that have always intrigued us, and ask questions with a childlike wonder we haven't felt in decades. The world opens up again, revealing a vast landscape of learning and exploration, just waiting to be discovered. Imagine Sarah, a vibrant 62-year-old who, for years, harbored a secret desire to paint. She'd always admired the vibrant colors and expressive brushstrokes of artists, but the demands of raising a family and building a career had left little room for pursuing her artistic inclinations. Finally, after retirement, she decided to take the plunge. She enrolled in a beginner's art class at the local community center, finding herself surrounded by a diverse group of individuals, all united by a shared passion for creativity. Her early attempts were clumsy, filled with hesitant lines and uncertain color choices. She often felt frustrated, comparing her work to the more experienced students in the class. But with each brushstroke, with each new technique she learned, she felt a sense of liberation and joy she hadn't experienced in years. The act of creating, of expressing herself through color and form, was deeply fulfilling. It wasn't about achieving perfection. It wasn't about producing masterpieces. It was about the pure pleasure of learning, growing, and expanding her horizons. Rediscovering curiosity isn't just about taking up a new hobby. It's about adopting a new mindset. It's about approaching the world with a sense of wonder, about asking questions, about seeking out new experiences. It's about challenging ourselves to step outside our comfort zones and embrace the unknown. It might be learning a new language, taking a cooking class, joining a book club, exploring a new city, or simply spending an afternoon observing the intricate details of nature. The beauty of rediscovering curiosity at this stage of life is that there are no expectations, no deadlines, no pressures to perform. It's purely about the joy of learning for its own sake. It's about nurturing that inner spark, that thirst for knowledge, that drive to explore the world around us. It's about embracing the opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to continue learning and expanding our horizons throughout our lives. It's a journey of self-discovery, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to seek out new experiences and embrace the joy of lifelong learning. Number 4, the joy of meaningful connections. While our social circles may shrink after 60, the connections we maintain become even more precious. The frenetic pace of earlier years, often filled with obligatory social engagements and superficial interactions, gives way to a deeper appreciation for genuine connection. We're no longer driven by the need to network, impress, or maintain a large circle of acquaintances. Instead, we prioritize relationships that nourish our souls, relationships built on mutual respect, shared values, and genuine affection. This shift in focus allows us to invest our time and energy in the people who truly matter, nurturing bonds of love, friendship, and shared experience. Consider David, a 70-year-old widower. The loss of his wife, his lifelong companion, left a gaping hole in his life. Grief consumed him, isolating him in a sea of sorrow. He withdrew from social activities, finding it difficult to engage with the world around him. He felt lost, adrift, and utterly alone. Then, a friend reached out, inviting him to join a weekly coffee gathering with a group of old friends. Hesitantly, David agreed. The first meeting was awkward. He felt out of place, unsure of what to say or how to act. But as the conversation flowed, as stories were shared, laughter erupted, and tears were shed, David began to feel a flicker of warmth within him. He realized he wasn't alone in his grief, that others understood the pain he was experiencing. He found solace in the shared experiences, the comforting presence of familiar faces, and the gentle understanding that permeated the room. These weekly coffee dates became a lifeline for David. They reminded him of the power of human connection, the healing balm of shared laughter and tears. He began to reconnect with old friends, forging deeper bonds than ever before. He found a sense of belonging, a community of support that helped him navigate the challenging terrain of grief. He realized that true connection wasn't about the quantity of relationships, but the quality. This is the essence of meaningful connections after 60. We cultivate relationships that offer genuine support, understanding, and companionship. We invest in the people who enrich our lives, who make us feel seen, heard, and valued. These connections become anchors in our lives, providing stability, comfort, and a sense of belonging. We learn to cherish the simple joys of shared meals, heartfelt conversations, and quiet moments of togetherness. This focus on meaningful connections isn't about excluding new relationships. Rather, it's about being more selective, more intentional about who we allow into our inner circle. We become more discerning, recognizing the value of authenticity and emotional intimacy. We seek out relationships that are based on mutual respect, shared values, and a genuine desire for connection. These deep connections provide a sense of purpose, belonging, and joy that transcends the superficialities of earlier years. They remind us that we are not alone, that we are part of a larger human tapestry, woven together by threads of love, friendship, and shared experience. It is in these connections that we find true meaning and fulfillment in this chapter of our lives. Number 5. The joy of giving back. After 60, a profound shift often occurs in our perspective on life. We've spent decades building careers, raising families, and focusing on personal achievements. Now, with more time and a deeper understanding of life's ephemeral nature, a new desire emerges, the desire to give back, to contribute to something larger than ourselves, to leave a positive mark on the world. This isn't about seeking recognition or accolades. It's about finding fulfillment and making a difference, in using our accumulated wisdom and experience to benefit others. This desire to contribute can manifest in countless ways. For some, it might involve volunteering at a local charity, dedicating their time and skills to a cause they believe in. Imagine Helen, a retired teacher, who now spends her mornings tutoring underprivileged children at a community center. The joy she finds in witnessing their progress, in sparking their curiosity, and igniting their love of learning, fills her with a sense of purpose she hadn't experienced since her teaching days. The children, in turn, benefit not only from her academic guidance, but also from the warmth, patience, and unwavering belief in their potential that she so generously offers. This intergenerational exchange creates a ripple effect of positive impact. enriching the lives of both the giver and the receiver. For others, giving back might involve mentoring younger generations, sharing their hard-earned wisdom and guiding them on their own life journeys. Picture Robert, a retired engineer who now mentors aspiring entrepreneurs at a local incubator. He shares his decades of experience, offering practical advice, navigating challenges, and inspiring them to pursue their dreams with passion and resilience. The satisfaction he derives from seeing these young minds flourish, from witnessing their innovative ideas take shape, provides him with a profound sense of fulfillment. He realizes that his legacy extends beyond his professional achievements, that his true impact lies in the positive influence he has on the next generation of innovators. Giving back doesn't always require grand gestures or formal commitments. It can be as simple as offering a helping hand to a neighbor, lending an ear to a friend in need, or sharing a kind word with a stranger. Think of Carol, a retired nurse, who regularly checks in on her elderly neighbors, offering assistance with errands, providing companionship, and ensuring they feel connected and supported. These small acts of kindness, though seemingly insignificant, create a powerful sense of community and interconnectedness. They remind us that we are all part of a larger human family, that our well-being is intertwined, and that even the smallest gestures of compassion can make a world of difference. The joy of giving back isn't solely about the positive impact we have on others. It's also about the transformative effect it has on ourselves. When we focus on contributing to the well-being of others, we shift our attention away from our own concerns and anxieties. We find a sense of purpose and meaning that transcends our individual needs. We discover that true happiness lies not in accumulating possessions or achieving personal recognition, but in making a positive difference in the lives of others. This realization brings a deep sense of peace, contentment, and gratitude for the opportunity to contribute to something larger than ourselves. It is in the act of giving that we truly find ourselves, and in the process, discover the profound joy of making a difference in the world. Number 6. The joy of self-acceptance. After decades of striving, achieving, and perhaps even judging ourselves harshly against societal expectations or self-imposed ideals, we finally reach a point of profound self-acceptance. The relentless pursuit of external validation fades into the background, replaced by a quiet, inner knowing that we are enough, just as we are. We begin to appreciate the unique journey we've traveled, the invaluable lessons we've learned, the triumphs and setbacks that have shaped us, and the resilient, complex, and beautiful person we've become. This isn't about resignation or complacency. It's about a deep, abiding sense of peace and contentment with who we are, imperfections and all. George, a vibrant 75-year-old, used to dwell on past regrets. He'd replay missed opportunities, criticize past decisions, and berate himself for perceived shortcomings. He carried the weight of these self-judgments, allowing them to cloud his present and dim his outlook on the future. But now, as he navigates this later chapter of his life, a remarkable shift has occurred. He looks back on his life not with regret, but with a sense of gratitude, understanding, and profound peace. He realizes that every experience, both positive and negative, both joyful and challenging, has played a vital role in shaping him into the person he is today. He recognizes the wisdom gained from missteps, the resilience forged in adversity, and the strength that emerged from vulnerability. He sees the threads of his life woven together into a rich tapestry of experience, creating a unique and meaningful narrative. This self-acceptance isn't about denying past mistakes or minimizing the impact of difficult experiences. It's about acknowledging them, learning from them, and integrating them into the larger story of our lives. It's about recognizing that our perceived flaws, our vulnerabilities, our imperfections are not sources of shame, but rather integral parts of what makes us human. They are the marks of a life lived fully, the evidence of our courage to embrace the unknown, to take risks, to stumble and rise again. This newfound self-acceptance allows us to embrace the present moment with greater clarity and appreciation. We no longer waste precious energy on self-criticism or comparing ourselves to others. We can fully engage with the world around us, savor the simple pleasures of life, and appreciate the beauty and wonder that exists in every moment. We can cultivate gratitude for the gifts we have been given, for the people who enrich our lives, and for the experiences that have shaped us. This shift in perspective extends beyond our individual selves to encompass a greater understanding and acceptance of others. We become more compassionate, more empathetic, more forgiving, not only of ourselves but also of those around us. We recognize that everyone carries their own unique story, their own set of challenges and triumphs, and we approach others with greater kindness, understanding, and respect. Self-acceptance is not a destination, but an ongoing journey. It's a process of continuous self-discovery, of peeling back the layers of self-doubt and judgment to reveal the authentic, resilient, and beautiful self that resides within. It's about embracing the totality of our being, the light and the shadow, the strengths and the vulnerabilities, the joys and the sorrows, and recognizing that it is in this wholeness that we find true peace, contentment, and the unwavering joy of self-acceptance. It's about finally being comfortable in our own skin, wrinkles, scars, and all, and embracing the unique and beautiful individual we have become. It is in this acceptance that we truly discover the freedom to be ourselves, to live authentically, and to embrace the fullness of life in all its messy, imperfect, and glorious splendor. As we conclude this video, take a moment to reflect on these 6 surprising joys. Perhaps you've already experienced some of them, or perhaps they've sparked a new awareness within you. Life after 60 isn't about decline. It's about discovery. It's about embracing the freedom to be yourself, to pursue your passions, and to savor the simple pleasures that make life rich and meaningful. Thank you for joining us today. We encourage you to share your own experiences and insights in the comments below. What joys have you discovered in this chapter of your life? And if you enjoyed this video and want to get more free tips on living your best life after 60, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our latest uploads. Your support helps us to continue creating content that empowers and inspires you on this incredible journey. We appreciate your support.